Tigers are playing the Minnesota Twins today in the third game of a three-game set in Minnesota. Read the lineups real quick. We have Baddoo, Grossman, Paradas, Scope, Candelario, Harold Castro, Goodrum, Garnos catching, and Willie Castro's out there in left. We have Skubal on the mound today, so probably another short start out of our starting pitcher, maybe 3-4 innings max, but we'll talk about Skubal in a minute. For the lineups, though, some changes. No Miguel. Scope's playing first, and Candy's getting the field off today. He's going to just focus on swinging. So no Miggy, and also no Haas. Garneau's catching, and they didn't put Haas anywhere in the outfield. I would have liked to seen Haas out there and left over Willie maybe, considering last time Willie was out there and left, he kind of screwed Matt Manning and gave up about 2 runs instead of getting a possible out if we maybe had Haas out there. Even though Haas isn't a real outfielder either, he's a lot better than Willie Castro in the outfield. So maybe Willie will shock me today, but we'll find out. Garneau's catching, though, so it should be a really, really well-caught game. Not a lot of stolen bases, as Minnesota's usually pretty aggressive on the base paths. And since we have a lefty on the mound, we should be able to control that pretty well. But we can take a look at the Twins lineup. So they have Buxton, Polanco, Garver, Donaldson, Kepler, Sano, Rooker, Arias, and then Simmons. Joe Ryan is pitching for them. Some differences in their lineup. No Jeffers. Garver's catching again today. And then also Simmons is back instead of Nick Gordon. So those are 2 new people in the lineup. For their pitcher, though, Joe Ryan, he got traded to the Twins for Nelson Cruz by the Tampa Bay Rays. So they just got him recently, a couple months ago, right before the trade deadline. So he's a new person to their team. So the Tigers have not seen him actually once this year. So we'll take a look at his game logs in a minute. But for the season, he's 2-1 with a 2.45 ERA. In 4 games, he started every single one of them. 25 strikeouts in 22 innings and a .59 WHIP. So it's not a lot of innings that go off, but geez, that's pretty impressive stuff. For the pitch mix, though, he's got the 4-seam slider, changeup, and a curveball. He's mainly going to be throwing the 4-seam at about 70% and the slider at 53%, so it's going to be a lot of 4-seams. A lot of people just do 4-seam slider, but I'm sure his is going to be really disgusting. I've seen like a highlight reel of him. I think he had an 11 strikeout game as well, and I remember watching the highlight reel. He's got good stuff, but the pitch is going to be sitting in about low 90s, 91 to 94. And the slider is going to be mid-80s, as well as the changeup, and the curveball is a huge drop in the low 70s. So that's his change of speeds. For the game logs for him, so he's pitched 4 games, like I said. Every single time he's gone over 5 innings, so that's also really impressive. He had a 7-inning shutout with 4 strikeouts, and then he's coming off his most recent start, getting 11 strikeouts. I don't know if we're going to get shut down again. Our bats have not been going well, and we don't have our best lineup out there today. And this guy's coming off a pretty damn good start. So we can take a look at our pitcher, though. We have Tarik Skubal on the mound today. So he's got the 4-seam slider, sinker, and changeup. Has 3 other pitches. He hasn't really thrown much, but we will talk about them in a minute. For the main pitches he throws, the 4-seam and slider. It's just going to be trying to get those strikeouts early and then pitching to contact with the sinker and changeup. Let's hope he can actually get a decent 3 innings today as opposed to Casey yesterday, because Casey did not pitch great in the first inning, but he really bounced back after that and pitched 4 strong innings. I'm hoping Skubal just doesn't have that rough part and he can actually finish his year strong, because this is Skubal's last start as it was Casey's yesterday. We can take a look here at the game log. So we used these guys. I'm expecting us to use this sort of bullpen today. Either Brian Garcia, Kroll, and maybe not Foley, but Lane. Since we used 4 guys out of the bullpen yesterday, and we used Urania the day before. So those should be the guys we use out of the bullpen today for some predictions. The first one I will make is for Candelario, since he's getting the DH today. Hopefully he can get his bat going and actually swing it pretty well. And then also for my second one, Paradas, he's back in the lineup today, getting the start at third. He's played at second almost every game since he's came back up, so let's hope his defense is still sharp over there at the corner, and hopefully for a homer for him, I'll predict that. And Skubal's line will go 4 innings, 1 earned run, 4 strikeouts. I wish I could predict 7 or 8, but I know Hinch won't let him go that long. I'll predict a 5-1 win today. Let's hope we don't get swept by the Twins. And I'll be back for the post game.